So in news last week, Blake Shelton from The Voice doesn't know who Benedict Cumberbatch is. That's news. And here I am sitting across the screen and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who does not know Benedict Cumberbatch? I'm sorry, if you don't know Benedict Cumberbatch, that's just like our relationship is the ends. I mean, what? Okay, if it's someone from this side of the world, I can imagine not knowing Benedict Cumberbatch for some weird reason, because they don't watch television, movies, I don't know, but you can't be in that side of the world and literally tell anyone that you don't know Benedict Cumberbatch. It's like, is that a word? What is that? He was playing it's like Fiction, not Fiction. Sorry, I think was he playing Heads Up, or I don't know. He was playing some game with Jimmy Fallon. So that happened, and I was like, what? Are you serious? I mean, yeah. So I'm slightly traumatized by that part. I thought I was going to have a little heart-to-heart about the fact of being single. Because I'm a brown girl, which is obvious. I am being racist towards myself, but that's okay apparently. I think as girls from this part of the world, kind of ish, we are always under a tremendous amount of pressure to get into relationships, to find life partners, to get married, engaged, registered, an awful fucking lot of things. So let's just take a step back from all of this and think about it. I think this kind of comes up a lot more when you're obviously in your mid-20s. I'm in my mid-20s. Oh my youth, what happened? And another thing has to do with the fact that literally all of your school friends are getting married, or not all of them, but I'm just saying. And people are popping out babies, and you're like that weird dude who's still studying or still working but has no life partner, and you feel kind of out of sync with the whole clique, or I don't know, whatever. And then you're just like, oh my god, I should get married, like, I mean, seriously, right? And then you get married. That is like a pretty shitty deal, I would say, or like a pretty shitty reason to get married, just because everyone around you is getting married. And it's a given, or like most of the time, if you're brown, and if you're from this part of the world, you are likely to be under a lot more scrutiny, where old aunties will come up to you like, but next time it'll be you. And the temptation to say the same thing back to them during funerals is, I cannot tell you how tempted I am. Okay, I know it's mean, because wait, no, death, marriage, death, I mean, so yeah. It's, what was I saying? Yeah. And then literally everything about you kind of becomes all of these societal, like socio-political constructs which people want to kind of just go at it. Like, are you done with your A-levels? Are you done with school? Did you get into college? You get into state uni? Did you get married? Or are you popping babies now? And like, seriously, it's just like a whole bunch of leaps people just take just for the sake of taking it. And I think I have a lot of respect for people who take that decision in consideration to themselves as opposed to the people around them, or like what the social system around them is wanting them to do. It's just like, it is completely fine if that's what you want to do, but if you're doing it just for the sake of I don't know what, when it's just like, are you sure you want to do that? Don't get into things that you don't want to get into just because of what Auntie beep 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 said. So to all my friends who are single, don't think of it as this kind of weird handicap where like it's just like, oh, you're single, something wrong with you, and I mean really, I just asked them what's wrong with you. Because okay, obviously a lot of things are wrong with me, but that aside, I don't think we have to. I think it's kind of time we stood our ground when it comes to certain things in life. You can't always be pleasing everyone around you, and it's just like weird that you feel that you yourself is not a whole being. I get the whole humankind procreation deal, but I mean, legally procreating, I don't think it's that much of a big deal, so I'm sorry. That was me, sorry, but that's how Moa sees it. So I need to have this heart-to-heart with you about why it's okay to be single and why it's not required that you get married just because literally everyone around you and your school friends and your uni friends and everyone else is getting married. So take a breath, take a breath with my English diminishing since I left uni. So because like, who the fuck does not know Benedict Cumberbatch? Seriously, our relationship is over. No, I mean, it's not over. You can always go check him out because he's just existing Rant. Okay, that was unnecessary. But